Hello everybody, welcome back. Doing another deck tech today.
Indeed.
Yes. So. I was still going. So, yeah, modern today. And, you may notice that there's only one deck tech coming out today. That is because we are doing a new series that we're going to try out. Oopster's about to fall over. Just keep doing that. Come on. Come on.
No, I think the code's stopping now.
It's over. So, yeah, this is Modern Gauntlet. So, we have a bunch of decks that we played in the past that are really cool, but for whatever reason, like the matchup that we selected didn't get to like show off everything, or it's like a really janky matchup, so you have a weird rogue deck against another weird rogue deck, so no one actually knows whether or not the deck's worth anything.
Whether
like,
it's
yeah,
a deck or not.
like this, sure, this could beat like Samurai Season or something, but could it beat Jund? Could it beat like a top tier deck? So that's what we're going to be doing. We have assembled 3 other decks, which we're not going to do deck techs for because they're literally just net decks.
They're like the top net decks, so
yeah. We had to be a little bit selective of which matchups, just to make sure that we had all the cards to build all 3 of those decks.
And still have like a variety. So yes, this deck will be facing off against Tron, Blue-White Control, and then Esper Death Shadow.
Yeah. So, yep, basically just stock lists for those, but this is the one that does weird, interesting, cool stuff. So, wanna go ahead, since I think you'll be piloting this?
Oh, I'm piloting the snow list?
Yeah, I think so.
So, the snow deck is, basically exists only because of the Modern Horizons. And, it plays every useful snow permanent just ends up in this deck, basically.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So we have, of course, 4 golems. It costs a snow mana, and it's a 1 mana 2/2.
Yep.
And since
It's also the worst card in the deck.
yes,
I think.
every land produces snow mana, so pretty easy to get out. Then we have 4 Boreal Druid. So this is a snow creature, so it also produces snow mana.
Yeah. It may
And,
look colorless, but that's deceiving.
it taps for a colorless snow mana, which is just weird. Snow mana is always fun.
Yeah.
So basically, Land War Elves for this kind of deck.
Yep.
4 Arkham Astrolabe, just the nutty card. 1 mana, recycles itself, of course costing a snow mana, and helps filter mana, which is helpful because we're playing a whole bunch of basics in this list.
And the mana you filter into is also snow mana.
Yes, it's also snow mana, so it can filter non-snow mana into snow mana.
Not that that matters.
we can't produce non-snow mana.
Yeah.
Then 4 on Thin Ice. This is basically a better path. Just attaching to a snow land you control, and exiling the creature like an O-ring, but for 1 mana. Then 4 Icefang Quaddle. Of course, it's probably the best snow permanent because people are building their mana bases around just having 4 of this card, so not having 4 in this list would just be weird.
And much like with the Snakes deck, we don't need it because because it has Flying, Flash, and Death Touch. We need it because it's a snow permanent.
Yes. Everything else is just helpful.
Yeah.
Then 4 Marit, Lage, Slumber. So this is when we have 10 other snow permanents?
Yeah. Whenever it or another snow permanent enters.
So since most of our deck is snow permanents, this ends up scrying a lot. And then at the beginning of our upkeep, if we have 10 other snow permanents, we sacrifice it and get a 20/20 Marit,
10
Lage.
total. It counts itself.
Oh, it counts itself.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah.
So 10 total snow permanents when the deck is literally snow permanents isn't too difficult.
Yeah.
And scrying to make sure you don't get too many lands. Or more lands if that's what you need to get the snow permanent total up.
And then slap.
2020.
Who said Dark Depths is banned in Modern?
And then, of course, 4 Into the North. This gets us Snowlands, which is basically the entire deck, but helps us like get the scrying sheet so we can also filter even more, or getting us our little manland. Just useful card all around. 1 Cold Steel Heart. It produces snow mana, and it's a snow permanent, so there you go. 4 Glacial Revelation. This is a nutty card. It for 3 mana, you get to reveal the top 6 cards and put all snow permanents from them into your hand, and the only non-snow permanents are Itself and Into the North.
Yeah, and Prismatic Vista.
Oh, and Prismatic Vista.
Which does
so a lot of the time this is going to draw 4 or 5 cards, and sometimes even 6. Then for Abominable Treefolk, 4 mana. It's base power and toughness are equal to the number of snow permanents you control, which again is what the deck is about.
And it usually comes down at least as a 6/6 when you cast it.
And it has trample, and when it enters the battlefield or attack.
No, just enters.
It just enters.
Yeah,
it taps a creature, and then it doesn't untap during its controller's untap step.
Yeah. For 1 turn.
For 1 turn.
Yeah.
Then we move on to lands. So we have the 2 Frostwalk Bastion. It's
2/3.
Yeah, 2/3, but it activates only with snow mana. But it's still a snow land, so useful for us. 4 Scrying Sheets. Of course, you've seen this in things like the mono red Koth decks where they run Glacial. I was going to say Glacial Ray, but now I can't. Scred.
Yeah, Scred.
Scred lists will always play this because they play all the snow mountains, but in this case we have a variety of snow lands.
Yeah. That almost never misses.
Yeah, it almost never misses. For Prismatic Vista, we're running all basics, so this is just a better fetch land for us. Mm-hmm. And then for basics, we have 2 snow-covered plains, because white is basically only over here.
Yep. And you can filter into it.
Yes, and you can filter it into it as well, so it's not too difficult to end up with it. 5 islands and 6 forests, because green is just a little bit more important than blue, but not by much.
Yeah. So we will be back tomorrow, and for the next 3 days, it's just going to be this versus a bunch of tier 1 decks, and we're going to see how this stacks up against them.
Indeed.
Excited.